Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, coming at you guys with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch for you guys today. And I was at the Rosemont Regional on Sunday, so thank you to everybody who came and say hey, try to talk to me. I always love the support, and I always love seeing you guys at events. Believe it or not, there was an event where I decided to go last minute just because I wanted to meet some fans. So you guys really do make the difference. Thank you guys so much for coming up saying hello. And thank you just for being subscribed. Even if you didn't, show up to Rosemont Regional, I want to thank you for being here too. Like usual, if you guys can hit that like button, that'd be great. 100 likes on this video would be awesome. Subscribe if you're not already. Check out my sponsors, like if you buy anything on T-shirt Pillars, my affiliate link down in the description below. If you want to buy anything on Whatnot, if you register using my affiliate link, you get $15 off your purchase, and it's an awesome site. You can buy more than just Yu-Gi-Oh! There. So go register using my link down in the description below. Registering is free. Also, check out Tapio cards. Use 5%. You get 5% off using code Saki. I almost messed up the intro there, but I did not. So go check that out. They have awesome stuff like deck boxes, dice, sleeves, oversleeves, hats, backpacks, and plushies. So go check it out. And we're gonna get right into this because there's a lot of buyouts. So Grangolian, the Dust Dragon here, ultra rare. This is, well, let's be honest. There's one for 29, but let's call a spade. 32 going up to $38, $39. That's a lot of money for Grangol, but a lot of people want to play branded if you don't want to play Snake Eyes. And I think a lot of players, even if they have access to Snake Eyes, because the deck is so much cheaper now, they actually just want to play branded, as well as the matchup against Snake Eyes is not bad at all. It's pretty good from what I've seen. I've seen a lot of players kind of resort back to playing branded, and I think Konami leaving a lot of other decks unchecked, even though it's a tier 0 format. I kind of understand they would want to kind of let the format continue with some other issues. I still think that this deck should have had some sort of hit. Now, the Starlight here has also been going up quite a bit. 162 right here, 194, going up to 220, 250. I told people that the Starlight is the way to go. Just a straight Benjamin for this card, $100. The artwork is also fantastic. Look, I don't like playing branded too much, but the artwork on some of these cards is absolutely stellar. And Grangol is easily my favorite by far. It looks gorgeous. It's something I've wanted in my personal collection for a while. And I ended up trading for one copy a while ago, but had to hook up the homie, so I don't have this card anymore. But 194, 220, and it's so funny because my friend wanted it to play and all that. I said, look, I know it's gonna go up, but here, I'll trade it for 100, whatever. And I just like took random stuff. But 220, 250, card looks gorgeous. I still don't think this is too high for it. I think this is more of a standard price, and it was just low for quite a bit of time. Want to check up on Mirror Jade right here. Well, there's Mirror Jade. 380. Woohoo. Forbidden Droplets ultis. Now, I told people that you should get this over the Starlight Rare, and even though I was disagreed with by some people, and understandably so, I still was like, you know what, no, this is the hill I die on. You guys should get ultis instead of the quarter centuries. Ultis are more rare. They look better to some people if you prefer the ultimate rarity, but they might also be considered the highest rarity. And today, the market has decided, yeah, this is going to be considered the highest rarity. You got a playset for 120 here, 140, 150, 160, then gets kind of extinct here. Now, are people going to be paying these prices again? I sure as hell hope not. But will people play hundreds? I definitely think so. Now, granted, it's only got sales history for about $100 here, but I think that someone's going to look at this and they're going to get this shotgun this playset for 120. Absolutely. Now, I want to check back up on these quarter centuries here. 54, 55 does go up to, 65, 70. And I think if the ultis are about 120 right now, quarter centuries could easily hit 70 with that price. And yeah, they're about to go to 65s regardless because someone wants a set, boom, you're done. It's a $60 to $65 card. Both versions look absolutely gorgeous though. Wanted to check up on OGs, and I see all this huge spike, and I want to look over it together. Now, without photos here, because English copies only, $9, $10, $12, $14 for your OG droplets. So I told people that this is still a good card to get as an OG print at $6, $8. Remember, Rise of the Duelist, very hard set to get sealed. It's mostly cracked. People aren't going to be cracking up this set anymore. And a lot of people who had their OG droplets, they weren't really getting rid of them. And then when I go to the next page here, I mean, It does go up here. Are people going to be paying this when we have so many other versions available and the quarter century is, the same price? No. But can people pay maybe this? I think so. Now, I want to rant a little bit before we go over a lot more buyouts because we have more buyouts to go over. Nightmare Throne here. This is the most expensive card in the set as an Ultra. Now, we've seen this in the last set. So, once is a coincidence, twice is a pattern. Is Konami trying to make some of the more chase cards in Ultra to help us out a little more, to get cards a little more accessible? Or was it a pure coincidence? Usually, the only reason I'm leaning towards coincidence is only because Konami, this is a good thing, and Konami doesn't like to do that, so that's kind of why I'm leaning towards a coincidence, but we should still keep this pattern in the back of our heads here. So, $40 here for your Ultra Rare Thrones, and that's the most expensive a card that is not a quarter century in the set. That's why we're starting at Nightmare Throne, and that's something I kind of don't like here. You got some quarter centuries like Silent Magician 0, 35, I believe that's the spell card. The Ragnar Stag's 30. They got Nightmare Apprentice as the second most expensive card at about 30 here. 30 I think is fair for this card. Illusion needs to hurry up and do something. I think that a lot of people are going to be like, well, we need to see the format reset. And I think players are going to wait until then. But if we go into another format and this isn't seeing any Illusionist is not seeing any play, I'm going to be shocked. Now, Konami gave so much to just Yugi cards and Illusion cards. I got them mixed up a little bit because this looks like a Yugi card because we just see the Dark Magician Girl attire and we're like, oh, Yugi, right? I have that bad habit of doing that all the time. Konami should just maybe make new outfits. But if they don't do anything, I don't know if it's going to hold, but $30, $30. Then we have a lot of these other, Voidbin Dragon, 9 listings, 55. I believe that's the fusion for, right? No. This is the monster that I think looks super sick. This is an interesting card. I think a lot of people might look at it as a hand trap and they want to get while it's low. I've seen a lot of discussion about this. I think that card's not that bad, personally. Then we have the Tenpai Dragon at $25. Now, I personally don't like Tenpai's deck. I don't think it's a good deck. I think that it's just too gimmicky. It feels frustrating to play against, frustrating to lose to, and frustrating to win with, right? This deck... And, it's especially since it's a lot easier to beat. We're going to see one card someone want me to look at right here in a second because of Tenpai. That was, a great recommendation. I think a lot of players want to just play this because they're addicted to going second. But there's a lot better second decks to play. Honestly, just go play Striker. Just go play Striker. We have Anti-Spell at 1. Go play Striker. If you want to play Tenpai, go play Striker. It's just easier. I had to say it 3 times for those in the back. $21 for the Sin Keeper. I think this card's kind of low. $20. Because you have to remember that you can special summon this card easily from your hand, right? It's a free extender, right? But what it does is your opponent must set spell and traps before activating them, right? So, could turn off some cards. And that's like the big thing. But they doesn't mean they can't activate it. So, kind of shuts down quick plays. Not real. It's still a good card. It's still a walking floodgate. That's a thing. And when spell trap becomes out on the field, while this card is in your monster zone, you could target one card you control and one card your opponent controls, destroy them, right? So the big thing about it is if your opponent sets something, I mean, I feel like if the card sees play, you're going to start playing Wake of the Dragon because your opponent's probably going to destroy the first set that you have or the second set and kind of try to bait things out because there'll be mind games. I still think this card is good, and I think it's still kind of unhealthy personally. I don't really like floodgate-esque cards. Like, why are we banning trap floodgates that do weaker things and just releasing monsters that can summon themselves, get searched out, that are stronger floodgates? The tokens are a little inflated, so I just would pass on the tokens if you're looking at those in general. I know someone's going to want me to address those. Ragnarok the Evil Seed at 18. I think this deck's really fun, and the card looks super cool. I love the artwork of these cards. Lightstorm Dragon at 17. I mean, it reads as a custom card. It's broken. 17 for Final Bringer. Final Bringer needs to see play, and then I think it's going to go up. Ragnarok Bloom. This card was quite cheap. I feel like this was like a $6 or a $7 card. Now it's up to 13, 14. The sneak peek's at about 14 here. So that's not too terrible. And then the rest of the set, well, you have also, where are these at right now? Okay, $11, $12. Okay, so Shining Sark is going up. A lot of people don't want to get rid of this set because this set was very low weekend of. And the reason that was is because, I mean, you got 4 cards dedicated to Yugi. People are going to be like, oh, it's got to get more support. Konami can't leave it being bad. And that's just how it is. I think this is what, like $5, $10? Like, yeah, $6, $7 for your Silent Magician Zeros. Would I hold on to your Magician stuff? I feel like it's still kind of low, so I would. Like $5 for your Future Silence. Might as well hold it. Card looks fantastic, by the way. I got the Quarter Century for my personal collection over the weekend. So $5. You know, 3s on Minervas, 3s on Voibius. I think card's just good. Then the rest of the set is just kind of small. This set, and then you have, you know, $2 here. The way I see this set overall, I'm just going to kind of sum it up, is that you are spending, say, $70, $80 for a box, right? Most people are just spending 80 for a box, so we're going to go by there. You're spending 80 for a box, and you're really only paying about 60 at this point because of the Tenpai Dragon getting you $20 off. But that's if you pull it, because I've seen people get 3 boxes and not pull one, right? So the set has a lot of scattered value. You're going to be pulling some value out of this set regardless, but it's very difficult to make your box back because you have to pull Throne and you have to pull probably Apprentice slash the new Wanted card. That's, you know, 60 to 70. And then the rest of your pulls have to be adequate. So the fact that you have to bank on pulling the best secret and the best ultra and the top 2 secrets, I'm not a fan of this. It's just to make back your box, because every box should have a chance to pull your money back. Like when you got Age of Overlord for like 75, 80s, Little Knight was 100 to 120, right? But then you also had cards like the Horus cards. Those were like 50 to 60s, right? There should be a decent chance to make back your money. Like there should be a way to make back your money if you bought a case without a Quarter Century, right? On one of the boxes you pulled out of the 12. So, you know, if you have 12 boxes, if let's say 12 people buy them and nobody makes their money back on the box, excluding Quarter Century rares, I think that's not a good look, personally. And people might be thinking, oh, that makes the cards look cheap. Yes, I'm cool with cheaper cards, but if you're spending 80 on a product, right? Why would you spend 80 on a product for you not to get value back? And the reason these cards also start going up is because people don't want to start buying the product because the product's not worth it, right? So there has to be a balance. I think it's good to have a chase card here, right? For a secret, absolutely. This is a cute card, but it's not good. And I wish we played this. I really do. Warning point from Phantom Rage. A lot of people are hyping this card up because it is a good card against Tenpai. A monster summoned, it can't attack, and it can't be used for the extra deck. Now, these are 65 cents, basically $1 here. And a lot of people have been trying this card out against them. And personally, while I think there are other cards you could use against Tenpai or other cards that are just as good that you can use against other decks, the card's not too bad. I would personally get a set so you have it. It also does look really cool. I always love the artwork of Warning Point. But I don't think this is a card to really get right now. I thought this card would be better by this point because I remember in Phantom Rage I said, hey, get these at, you know, $4. You know, this is a good card for 4 or 5. And it really wasn't. I think secret traps just have this issue with the game where they're good, but they're just not, if they're not good enough, then they kind of get shorted, even though I see people staples binders all the time. I see, you know, because I help some friends deck build, you know, people just have, they're like, hey, you could look through this. It's, you know, when I want trades, but, you know, there's my staples in there, so I might say no to some things. And I always see this card in some capacity there. So players know about this card, and I think they want to play it, but I just think that this is a card, and pun intended, better on paper than it is in actual play. Enigma pack bit here. These are 70, 80, $100. I saw this at the event and I thought, wow, that's ridiculous. But people use it for the new Snake Eyes build, and it's good. It is really good. The fact that these were 25 is just insane. And it kind of reminds me that people could be innovative even in a so-called tier 0 format, even though it is a tier 0 format. But I think that's really awesome. You know, I was having a conversation about Edison the other day as well, and someone said, yeah, Edison, you know, I think it's figured out until it's not. I'm like, yeah, man, look at how they, you know, made Gemini something there. Unity, $80, $200 for the Phantom Nightmare one, so kind of low on listings for that. Snake Eye Poplar, about 90, 96, going up to about $100 here. I think that even though people are speculating a shorter format, I think we're probably going to get a ban list either in June or early July. At least that's how I feel right now. Konami's going to pull the plug on this format quite short, 2.5 months. But they want to have, the cards from Phantom Nightmare pop off for a little bit longer. Because, reprints, money, they want to give people an allocated time to play with the cards they spend a lot of money on, etc. But I still think pop bars are really cheap at that price. Laundry Dragonmaid Supers. These are bought out $15 for your super rares. No, thank you. You have light plays for 5/6s. I always told people this was not a terrible card to like hold on to for $1 or $2 because people just do not want to play the golds. I said, having a set of this is not a bad idea. Just for because every cheaper Dragonmaid, including this card before, has gone up at some point, and I've said that a few times, and I don't know why it's spiking up now. Maybe it's like I would say it's a natural buyout, but I feel like someone knows something, or they're just betting on it. Lore par here. This card's also up. I mean, if you look at the year graph here, $10 goes up to 10. I was looking at this earlier, and this card's always a lot of money. Dragonmaids are just an archetype that people love for a lot of reasons. The artwork, how they play, the fact that they're dragon maids, the waifu aspect, which brings us to the Rule 34 aspect. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh players, man, I don't know, $10. Lord, I don't know what to say. Parlor here is about $5 to $6, $7 here for your super rares. This card's also been like $15 at one point. You do have the golds here that are like $4 or $5. I think, yeah, about $4 or $5 here. People like their Dragonmaid stuff. Remember, Maximum Gold was like a while ago. I think that maybe people are also speculating Dragonmaid support in the future. I would not be shocked to see it. That's all I'm saying. Dragonmaid support, I could see it. Especially because how many people love this archetype. And this is a pre-COVID archetype. So I think it was 2018. So, man, the fact that it has been 6 years since Dragonmaid released. Y'all feel old yet? Oh, yeah, man. Dragonmaid's an old school archetype. Please, I hope I never see people say that. I really hope. Dragonmaid, welcome. It's... Armor Master, quarter century. Now, people have decided to pull the plug on this card because this card was always around 2s to 3s. I always told people, this is the card you want to pick up. This is a good card to have. $4. People are thinking, oh, it went up $1. Okay, cool. It was 3. And it was like 2 somethings as well. I honestly think that this card could easily go to creep up to 7, 8. That's why I always told people, get these at $2. I said, this is a card that you can safely get because it does not matter what they do with this card at this point. Unless they, because of edits and all that, people are going to want this card. Collectors are going to want this card. I think that this, unironically, while it was a 10 out of 10 pick, I still hate that they gave this the quarter century when we have the Starlight Rare. And we got the Starlight Rare 10 months ago. I think that was ridiculous still. And I still stand by that opinion. But this card, it's going to go up. It's going to be a good penny stock. It just is what it is, even though I disagree with the decision of making this. Or, better yet, if they didn't make if they gave the Crystal Revenge Core Century to something else and made this a promo, which I actually think this would have been better as a promo than in a core set. But doing both, especially one over the other, it's like, well, now people, if they grab that card, they're going to feel ripped off. But we're going to get into the quarter century argument again. You guys who have been watching my channel who have been subscribed for about 3 hours only probably know my opinions on that. Value secrets are about $1.65, $2 up to $2. This card was like 50, 70 cents and is going up. I told people, hey, this is a 3 of in Edison with Value Turbo. This is also one of in the Blackwing deck. You're going to want to get this while you can. Twin Twisters got shot up, 38.45. It's not only for back removal, but I know MCO4 has been talking about this card. 20 was way too cheap. Colossus is 73, 74.5. I see this in Rarity Collection. I'll just leave it at that. Herald of Orange Light. This could also be in Rarity Collection, but it's about $100 right now. 110, 125. I would say we're so close. Wait till Rarity Collection gets dropped, and then if we start seeing this card pop up, if you see it pop up in there, well, expect a drop. And if you want ultis, then you're paying half, right? Because I see this dropping heavily and then maybe going back up later on. But if it's not a Rarity Collection, I mean, $100, $100. And with that being said, leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.